Nithyananda. With all auspicious blessings and grace of my Guru, His Holiness Paramahamsa Sri Nithyananda Swamiji, I welcome you to this series on Jump Out of Suffering and Depression. Our mind is always constantly working. Actually, most of the time when we say we need a vacation from the way our mind is constantly walking and talking and running and chewing us 24 Nithyanandam. With all auspicious blessings and grace of my Guru, Paramahamsa Sri Nithyananda Swamiji, I welcome you to this series on Jump Out of Suffering and Depression. When people say they are the mind, or mind is who they are, and that mind is constantly working every day, in and out, without a break, oh my God, it's like a non-stop washing machine, where sometimes people have even told me that even when I'm sleeping I can hear my mind talking to me, and you wake up still that mind is talking to you. You do anything in the planet, your mind is talking to you. No matter where you pray, what you do, whom you're talking to, there's another voice inside you that is constantly having a second voice. Even when you're speaking to others, there's another voice you can hear in your head. How many of us have experienced this in today's world? Exactly. I'm sure everybody has experienced this, and many of us live in this constant state. Even while listening to this video, many of you all might be having something else running in your mind, which is why you will never be able to listen to this video or even understand it fully. Yes, I used to live like that before I met Swamiji and before I started applying the science of completion in my life. I can be doing 100 things at a time, and still my mind would be talking to me, telling me, no, this is not that, that is not that, see, that person will behave like this, so you better be aware. And no, what are you trying to do? Dude, you need to get a life. Why do you want to go to the temple, go to a party? Or when you were there in a party or with friends, what are you doing here? Your life is so useless. Can you not see you're wasting your time? Why don't you go read a book? Or go watch a good movie. What are you doing? You're sitting and just talking. Or when you actually read a book, your mind is again telling you, listen to you, don't do this, you're being so unfriendly, go meet the world. So all the time there is a constant chatter in my head, used to be a constant chatter in my head, which today I realize was more like this. In movies we see, comedy, parallel comedy tracks and a comedy scenes like that. Which is why most of the things I would never have a complete focus on, and never would I even enjoy life at its fullest unless I was completely focused. I had to force myself, listen, I need to be focused on this, just stop everything else. It may sound really funny, but actually today when I look back and realize that I had so many people in my head talking to me, it's an unbelievably, stupendously ridiculous situation I had put myself into. I think there was a movie in which was like this, something like this. Always it would be something going on in his mind, and the mind would be like a machine. I realized today it's like that, and it's from this constant inner chatter that we develop this multiple personality disorder, wherein we are not able to differentiate which is the real person we are, which is the voice of the mind that is taking off on its own. Otherwise, just imagine, for example, you're sitting in a friend's place, or you're attending a wedding, or you're reading a book, or you're doing something. Suddenly you hear a voice, suddenly a voice in your head keeps telling you, oh, what are you doing here? Don't waste your time reading a book. Why don't you pick up a phone and call a friend? And when you're going to pick up the phone to call a friend, then the same mind will tell you, no, maybe she may be busy. Arey, let me do my work. At least you told me to pick up the phone and call. I'll pick it up and call. Then when I make the call, you give me another self-doubt. We're not realizing that these are various aspects of ourselves where we're so unstable. The instability of our mind. If you watch your mind, you will see how it is making you so unstable, which is why the philosophy of the philosophers are psychologists, that I am your mind, you are your mind, control your mind, mind control is all, I feel, complete washout. I'm just trying to be polite here, being a complete washout. Because the more you try to do, the more your mind becomes suppressed. The more when it actually starts bursting, it just bursts out. And that is when we lose complete control of our personalities. And we lose who we actually are. We don't know who we actually are. And it is from that space we all start abusing people. And we get confused between people and things. That's where I wanted to bring in this, where we really get confused between people and things. How many of us love our cars, but not the people who drive it, as much as we love our car? I know so many people who will just keep washing the cars with every available cleaning product, be it Surf, be it Colin, be it anything they get their hands on, to organic cleaning powders, homemade cleaning solutions. They will clean the cars and keep it so clean, and the moment the driver comes, their face becomes, take the key, open the car, keep the things inside, let's go. The love you show towards the inanimate thing, you can always show it to your driver. Saying, you come, great, take the keys, just put it in. See, when they make mistakes, we do fire them. We do have an altercation. That's a different persona, personality, or a different reason. But most of us carry this Khadus Muhammad face all the time with people whom we think are inferior. The feeling of inferior and superior is such a sad space to live in. It's such a sad space. It's a human being. He may be a driver, but he's driving the vehicle for his livelihood. He's not stealing and robbing people or murdering people. It's a very decent job. Washing dishes is a very dignified job. They're doing it versus trying to steal, murder, rape, cheat. But somewhere along, I have seen people have lost the sensitivity and dignity for labor. They feel if someone is washing the vessels, sweeping the house, or washing bathrooms, they are people below any human interaction. But oh my God, if you buy a car, it can be even as something as basic and as silly as a Maruti 800 to as something as silly as a Mercedes Benz. The way we admire the cars and dogs. I'm not saying don't hate dogs, but people have more value in life than dogs. Dogs have their own value, but dogs are not going to take you to the doctor. Dogs are not going to call 911. Very rarely dogs call 911 if you are in danger or you need help. It is the way we see people that people also respond to us. We start loving things and hating people, whereas we should be loving people at least on a human level. I'm not saying be over loving to people, but when someone comes home, if you see, that is how people are able to retain people. Retaining loyalty comes from the way we treat them. Money is only a second factor for many people. The general, I have heard people say, oh, I'm paying him so much salary, why can he not do this work? I'm doing this, why can he not do? People are always not money oriented when it comes versus their dignity. You pay them a salary and behave with them in a dignified way, then you just see how loyalty becomes part of their breath. Loyalty to you, loyalty to what you believe in becomes a part of their lifestyle. Instead, what we do, we are so loyal to the car, we send it every month for service station, we maintain, give it the best of the best things. But the moment your driver or your home servant, a man servant comes and asks you for an assistance, you just bark at him, bite him, and make him feel so horrendous for even existing on this planet. I'm not saying all human beings are like that, but majority of us have started becoming like that. We started disconnecting from people because we started withdrawing from human relationships. All our relationships are on messages, and then we keep looking at the machine, my phone. Oh, I sent a message 5 minutes ago, he hasn't responded. Oh my God. No, where are you? What are you doing? Why have you not responded? Have you forgotten me? in 5 minutes. It's not like you waited for 300 years for him to have forgotten how to forget you. Have you forgotten me? Have you blocked my number? Why are we so restless? Because inside of us, that's how we treat people. We discard them the moment we don't see them. The moment they're out of your sight, you forget people. You forget people have hearts. People love to relate to each other. People have emotions. The love you have for the cars, the love you have for your bikes, the love you have for your inanimate things like houses. If you can just replace that house, that inanimate things, with people, loving them for what they are, in spite of what they are, you think they are. Even if you think they're not qualified to be your friends. Or even if you think they're not well educated, they're bored, they're crude, they're uncultured. Try being friendly with them as you are friendly to your car, and you will see how that friendliness will bring about a change in the way they see life, the way they perceive life. Life itself will only happen around us when we start extending our hands, stretching our hands, and seeing the goodness in others all the time. People are intrinsically good people. Yes, sometimes they get carried away with their incompletions, powerlessness, insecurities, for which we are also a part of. The moment you put others first, you will see how much they will be willing to give up of themselves to be part of your life. And you will see this as an example in the Nithyananda Sangha, where everybody, each and every person in the Sangha understands how much Swamiji is always putting each and every one of them ahead of anything for himself, which is why people will give up anything to be around Swamiji, be part of his mission. Suffering, depression are all because of the way we perceive things. We misconstrue people, the way we miscommunicate our own ideas and ideologies to others, but expect them to understand. And when they don't understand, we throw tantrums. Oh, I'm doing so much, can they not understand? How do you expect them to understand when you have not had a conversation with them? Have conversations. There was a beautiful, I think, a video I saw today. I really wanted to share this. A husband and wife were married for about 30 years, and as every day on the 30th anniversary, the wife bakes a bun. It's a round bun, not the straight or one of those fancy buns, but the traditional round bun. And she decides that day that, oh, I have worked hard for 30 years. I have taken care of his children. I have made the best I can do with whatever we have, and I have provided them a stable family, a steady home, a happy home. So today, I think I will take the top part of the bun, which I deserve. I feel I deserve. Now the wife has always loved the top part of the bun, but she used to give it to the husband for the last 30 years every day, thinking that he liked it. So today she takes the top part of the bun, and she, justifying herself for taking the top part of the bun, justifying her selfishness, she extends the lower part of the bun to the husband. And the husband says, oh, I am so happy to get the lower part of the bun. I really love this. But the last 30 years, I was letting you have it because you love it. See, the justification, the few moments of torment that this wife underwent could have just been avoided if on the first day she could have just asked him, which one do you like? Instead of assuming he likes the top part, and then for 30 years sacrificing that for him, and then when you want it, you justify with some ridiculous ideas of 30 years I've done this, I've done that, I've done this, so I deserve this. Instead, if you just communicated on day one, which one you like, you can have it. I'm okay with the other. Finished. 30 years she would not have missed, 30 years he would not have missed, thinking each is sacrificing for the other. Communications lead to understanding. Understanding leads us to love people. The reason we love things is because we don't need to communicate with them. But life does not run by that. You still have to communicate to your workshop person when you're leaving your vehicle for service. Same way, if you want people to be happy around us, and if we want more people in life, be communicative, be open, be transparent. Be transparent to the change that will happen in life. Be transparent to the people around you. Be open to communicating with each and everybody without having to defend yourself. People are going to find fault in everything we do. That's how people are. But that doesn't mean that we become powerless and defensive and seclusive. It is their incompletion, their powerlessness. Why should we let that destroy our lives? Make us withdraw. Make us unfriendly. Think over what I shared today, and I'm open to any suggestions, feedbacks, inputs, any other comments, or any way we need help to be more communicative in this world, because communication is the only solution which will lead to better understanding between people. We cannot keep having a dialogue every time, like a UN dialogue or a national tribunal where you call people for a dialogue. No. Just understanding leads to less communication, leads to understanding. Once understanding is there, just the look will make you understand each other and move forward to a better relationship. How do we make relationships more fruitful? How do we make relationships more rich, where there's no conflict and just joy every time you see them? If you have any feedbacks, please leave your comments in the inbox, and I would love to hear from you, and I would love to share those ideas with the world, because as a world today, we are becoming regressive. Rather, we should become more progressive, more communicative, more joyful, more rich, especially being in the Nithyananda Sangha, where Swamiji's only reason for his existence is life is for others. Thank you for watching, and below I have provided all the links for our websites and various programs that are being conducted by Swamiji. Don't miss out this evening's program that is being specially conducted by Swamiji in the Bangalore Adinam. It is very special because for the very first time Swamiji is giving to the world the Aushadha, the enlightenment pill. The enlightenment pill, you may wonder what it is, but just watch and experience it. It is made of pure herbs from our very own plants and trees, which Swamiji has grown very carefully, nurtured them with all his joy and his unique space. Don't miss out this evening and tomorrow evening's program, and learn, experience the Shivatva inside of you, the friendliness inside of you. Thank you for watching. Nithyananda.